Hi there, my name is FixFox and welcome back to Surf and Turf. This is Heroes of Might and Magic 2, the FHeroes edition, and this is going to be the final installment of the Surf and Turf scenario playthrough, and it's been a really great one so far, but it wasn't until afterwards that I realized, oh my goodness, the previous playthrough, part 2, it took about an hour and a half and we only got 1 week in game time through. How in the world does that even happen? And the way it happened is this. We have been abusing the spacebar going through the liths. Unfortunately, at this point, I can't go back and fix that. But what I can do is say we're not going to do that anymore. The AI is not allowed to hit the spacebar and travel back and forth through the liths as many times as they want. I shouldn't either. And so we are not going to do that one more time in this scenario. If you go through a lith, you have to step off the lith and step back on it in order to, number one, use your movement points so that way the game is not broken completely. And number two, it adds the randomness back into the scenario. But I don't think that even this, call it a handicap, call it an equalizer. I don't think that even this will save the AI. They are in big trouble and they don't even know it yet. Let me take you on a quick tour here. So we are here and we've explored much. Most of it is through this Magellan's maps that we have already visited at least once. We started off in the bottom left corner of the map and we have been very busy jumping back and forth through these stone liths and most recently being able to dig up the ultimate artifact. It is currently in the possession of Jem the Sorceress. That's going to be 6 power and 6 knowledge. We are going to make sure that she gets back to our main mage guild. The fire blast spell, the fireball, that's going to be pretty good. I'm excited to see what this 5th level mage guild spell is. My hopes are is that it is not something like a dimension door or a town portal, something that I do not use. I'm looking for anything else at all. Even a summon earth elemental, I will take it. You better believe it. Otherwise, we have a couple of other stragglers out on the isles. Jem is going to be the primary hero at level 6, but Luna is also a very capable and competent hero herself. So we're going to keep an eye on her. Rebecca, something similar. Ergon, he's got a couple of troops. He's really just here to help kind of clean out some of these small areas that have not been touched by human eyes. And then we do have Alamar. He is carrying the bulk of our troops at this time. He's going to help make sure that our hero Jem can defeat this dragon city. If we can start getting dragons every single week, we're going to be in great shape. So we are currently here with Alamar, and we need to get over to here. There's these reefs that are stopping us from progressing too much further. I don't think it's going to help these dragons out much longer because we are going to get right into the area, and Jem is going to go through these hordes of pikemen. I'm going to have Rebecca start walking in this general direction. I do want to see if I can get her onto that lith just to prevent any other major issues while we take on the bulk of these troops. And we're going to fight this fight before we actually get over to get some additional spells. They are probably some of the best spells I could hope for, and yet I'm going to have to wait. This ammo cart, I'm probably not going to keep that. 24 shots, 16 shots. I don't think that the ammo cart's going to be very useful in this playthrough. +1 defense. The Serenity Pendant, I'm not sure if Berserk spells will be important to defend against or not. And I'm just going to keep these 3 artifact slots open for the meantime. Because I'm about to fight dragons, I don't want to take my ranged creatures. I think that they're immediately going to be doing half damage. I'm really going to be relying on these phoenixes to do the bulk of my damage. And we do have a couple of spells that Jem can cast in this upcoming fight. Let's see. Mostly it's going to be the Bless. Bless and Stone Skin. Those are going to be the 2 things that are going to help me with these phoenixes out the most. And I'm excited to see how this goes. Of course, we can roll right on through these minor pikemen. We're going to take the mysticism here over the eagle eye. And we might as well pick up the treehouse because we already have 102 sprites. This will jump us up to 143. Quite happy for that. Your army is ambushed by a small tribe of wild and none too bright orcs. You fend them off easily and the survivors flee in all directions. One of the orcs was wearing a polished spike helm. Figuring it will make a good souvenir, you take it. That's going to be +1 attack, +1 defense. An excellent pickup for a sorceress, of course. I don't think that this campfire is going to help me too much. It's not going to help me too much, and so we're going to wait on that. It would be nice to know if these dwarves would join me. You know what, I am going to go out of my way just in case these dwarves do want to join. I currently have 26. It would be awesome if I could get just a couple of more. And then I think that Luna is going to hop back into this boat. She can help grab some of this other stuff with just some minor troops. Meanwhile, Ergon is going to continue to sail, and I think I am going to have him land over here. I don't know if we're going to take this crystal or not. We certainly can beat Dawn with our one Phoenix, but at the very least we're going to land and then take it from there. It would be really nice if all of my extra heroes could get back to this witch's hut. It does have the basic estates, and that 100 gold per day pays for itself so very, very quickly. Essentially 25 turns. I guess that may not be quick in your mind. It just depends on what you think on the matter. Otherwise, this is now officially the start of our stepping on and stepping off of these liths. That is interesting. This tree city is empty. You have found a sprite tree city. Unfortunately, none of the sprites living there wish to join an army, maybe next week. And yet this gem mine is empty. We'll take the +1 to our gems. That seems pretty good to me. I don't believe that we have any enemies that have been defeated. I think that everybody is still here on this extra large map. So, why didn't you pick that up? I suppose that that's probably the FHeroes2 AI doing a good job of keeping track of what resources it has and then being very selective with its movement points. At least it sounds good to say that. How likely that is, I'm not sure. Fairly interested to see the AI move towards a gold mine, only to back off at the last second. Aha. Right there, I think that 1,000 gold is worth more than getting into the boat. And I think we saw one hero here. Astra. Astra is right on top of Luna. We made a good choice with Luna not to go after the sulfur. We are going to get out of town. I think that we're going to go day 6. We're going to drop off, pick up some additional troops, and I'm going to make sure that Luna has the spells here from this mage guild. We're not too far away from our final level. We are getting 3 mercury per day. We're going to wait. We're going to wait before we do anything else. Might as well pick up the red tent. And we're going to just see about these dwarves. Am I going to bring orcs into my army for this fight? No, I will not. Okay, the creatures are swayed by your diplomatic tongue and make you an offer. 7 of the 25 will join you for 5,000 gold. I will not accept that. I am so sorry. Gentlemen, I'm so sorry. We are going to take the archery here. For sorceresses, it's pretty good. And then we do know that there are some wizard faction castles on the map, like here, for example. And that can always mean titans at some point. Any amount of damage that's extra there will be great. We've got a fight on our hands. Am I sure that we can win this fight? No, absolutely not. I am not sure that we can win this fight. I'm hoping. I think so. 6 phoenixes. 143 sprites. Even if I lose 4 phoenixes, this fight is still totally worth it, because then we're going to get 2 dragons. We're going to get dragons this week and next week. We're going to fight this fight. And the fight's actually way better than I thought it would be. We're going to fight this just to kind of see how this goes. So we got 3 green dragons, 1 red dragon, and 1 black dragon, of course. 300 hit points, 250, and 200. I'm a little bit surprised, actually, that the fight went the way that the AI said it would. I'm wondering if that came down to morale and luck. It's quite possible. I think that the Bless is definitely going to be the best on our Phoenixes. Let's see. Yes. Yes. When I'm blessed, I'll at least be able to take out 1 whole dragon. Let's see. It looks like it's going to be 1 whole green dragon. If I do the Bless, I think I might as well actually cast Stone Skin in that case. Because even with the Bless, I couldn't kill 1 red dragon. So let's try this. Well, I mean, if you're going to give me that, we will do that every time. And here. Okay, not too bad. I don't think that any of my other troops are going to get any attention. I think that these Phoenixes are going to take all the hits that they can take. We've only lost 50 hit points on these Phoenixes so far. I'm actually pretty impressed with that. I thought that it'd be a little bit worse. 24 hit points left. I don't think that the Stone Skin is actually going to save us any troops, but at least it's worth a shot. 86 hit points left on these black dragons here. 237. I can kill this red dragon if I am blessed. I think just in the interest of trying to keep my health most correct. I think we're going to attack there. We do lose the 1 Phoenix, 41 hit points from that black dragon that time. This final dragon's not going to do much to us. Poor positioning on my part with these sprites. We're going to lose some of those sprites on top of anything else we might have lost here. But I think that the battle is won, and so ultimately it's going to be 1 Phoenix and 24 of these sprites. Better or worse? Probably worse. Probably worse. It really looks like we're going to have to get rid of this 1 unicorn, though. That's going to be the easiest thing for me to get rid of. My ranks are full at this time, so let's just dismiss this one unicorn. The Dragon City is willing to offer some dragons for your army for a price. Do you wish to recruit dragons? I do. And actually, it's 2 dragons. So is it 2 dragons just on the first time that you visit this and then 1 every week thereafter? I'm actually not sure. Now that I think about it, I am not sure. But I can tell you that we're going to sit here on Dragon City until we get 1 more week's worth of dragons. So our main 2 heroes are spoken for. Rebecca is going to keep popping through these liths, just see what she can find. And in this case, she finds Wilfrey. And that's going to be pretty close, but she does escape. With 55 goblins, can she take lots of zombies? It depends on her spells, actually. We're going to give her the opportunity. With the slow, with the bless, and the stone skin, I think we're going to give her the chance. Yeah, she can beat zombies with a couple of spells. No damaging spells, but I think she can do it. We are going to land here with Ergon. And really, I think that this one Phoenix can definitely defeat Dawn. Will it be worth the crystal mine? That's the question. Of course, we will pick up sprites. I don't really care about this Heart of Ice artifact, but I might as well clear out what I have here. Even this water summoning altar, we're going to be low on gold fairly quickly. We will see. We will see what we end up doing with that. Now that we do have the Dragon City here captured, though, I think that we actually want Gem to trade back with Alamar, but we just cannot reach. So, with that being said, we'll figure out what to do here. Do we land? Do we head back? Do I simply explore? I think that we head back. It looks like Luna can use the troops, and I think... need to stay away from Astra. And I think that Gem has a decent army here, given that she's going to have the dragons and these phoenixes. She'd love the elves. She'd love the ranged creatures. They're not going to do the heavy lifting there in those fights. Let's hit the intern one more time. And then this beginning of day 7, we are going to make sure that we get ourselves our 5th level Mage Guild. This is kind of a big deal. If it's a great spell, we're golden. If it's a bad spell, okay. I am so sorry. I was not fast enough to hit the pause button. Occasionally you'll see my videos stutter, and that's because I'm hitting the pause button. But because we can see pretty much the whole map, we see every little bit of the enemy's turn, and I couldn't hold out for that extra 5 seconds. I did try, though. Okay. 5th level Mage Guild. Not to ruin how climactic this moment is, let's see what we got. Hypnotize, hypnotize, hypnotize. Good spell, bad spell. It's a spell. I'm really not thrilled to have the hypnotize spell. I've never had it work particularly well for me. Pretty much never. I'm aware that it can be useful. Maybe the best thing it can be useful for is to get a small stack of creatures, hypnotize them, and then use them to take the retaliation from an enemy. But that's pretty much the best thing I can think of with hypnotize. Crystalline structures cast shadows over a small reflective pool of water. You peer into that pool, and a face that is not your own peers back. It asks, "Would you like to call upon the powers of water?" I just want to see how many there are. There's 20 in here. Not right now, but we will keep an eye on it. I don't think that the Shrine of the Third Circle, no matter what third circle spell it will be, I don't think that that's going to keep me. I don't think it's going to bring me back. I think that even if it's, no matter what it is, really, I don't think that we're going to come back for that. We have no spells. I'm pretty sure that the Rangers, based off of that pre-game fight, I think they're just going to focus on these sprites. That sucks. But somehow I'm going to end up losing less troops because I'm fighting it like this. It's 8 sprites, 9. That's 28 sprites. I think that I'm actually going to fight this fight better, are I not? Did it say I was going to lose? I thought it said I was going to lose a lot more. Maybe I'm wrong. But we're happy to take whatever we can get here. We're going to take the leadership for a secondary hero. That just seems best for me. And then I think that I might actually wait for Dawn. Because Wilfrey has landed here, it gives me this kind of pause. I don't want the enemy to be so close to me, especially when there are boats. I don't want them to pop out of a lift, hop in a boat, and then just go. I want to make it hard for the enemy to assault my hometown, my castle. And Wilfrey right now is just a little too close for comfort. So, Luna's waiting. Gem is also waiting. and then Rebecca is going to fight this fight, and I actually think this is going to be a little bit of a fight. We're going to keep the goblins together minus some single stacks, because the big single stack is going to be a prime candidate for this stone skin. We'll see what the split is with these zombies and mutant zombies. Oh. Well. That is actually the pretty much the highest end of lots that you can possibly get. We're probably going to lose Rebecca here. I saw lots and I was thinking somewhere in the 20 range. The 30 range I think is going to be just too much for us. So let's just give this a shot. Oops. I'm not trying to surrender. I'm trying to figure out what my hotkeys are just for the skip function. Does it tell me right here? Hold on. Yeah, you can do this, by the way, just in case you didn't know. Skip turn on battle, spacebar. Okay, that'll work. So I think that we're going to run immediately down south because there's this wonderful terrain for us right here. We're going to have all of our troops over here. We're going to have one of these single stacks take the damage on this one zombie. Everybody's getting out of here. Zombies, dwarves, everybody. Unfortunately, I should have had these goblins at the bottom of the stack. I wasn't thinking it would be that necessary. Plenty of spell points. Let's cast slow here just to keep these two creatures over together here. And then let's go this direction. Okay. And we've gotten an excellent split. This actually changes our fortunes drastically. I should actually stone skin and then bless is what I should do. So I'm going to know that these zombies can go 1-2, 1-2. I'm just going to skip one more time. I'm going to cover up these goblins, but leave myself a route all the way around. We'll take the hit. We'll lose one goblin, and then we'll attack after we are both stone skinned and blessed. And because we have so many hit points, I think we can do this back and forth, and I think that we can still win this battle. Yeah, 7 zombies goes down. Skip. No, there's no need to skip. We've already taken the retaliation. This dwarf is going to try and hold the top end. 3 more go down. Okay, we are back to only having the bless on. Let's do the stone skin now. Yeah, we're going to want the stone skin now so that next turn we are ready to go. We're going to focus on these zombies before anything else. So once again, let's go in this kind of general direction. Okay, not good, not good. We will do our bless, and then we're going to have the dwarf sit right here to prevent 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 1 here, so the zombies are going to have to go all the way around. Let's just let 47 goblins mess with these zombies. Let's have them tangle and tango. Tango and tangle. You got to do it all. You got to be multi-talented, my friends. Okay, one last stone skin, and those spells, despite not being damaging, are still going to win us this fight with no problems. I think that I can comfortably, after one more bless, because what else am I going to use my spell points on? I can hit Q and turn a loss into a victory. Okay. I love that I said, oh, I think that this is going to be a loss. And then I said, let's just see how good we can do. Is it worth it to get this air summoning altar? It will help me potentially take, is it going to help me take 100 zombies? I don't think so, especially not after you used all of your spell points. Did we get another level? No, we did not. So only 2 spell power. I think we just kind of clear out what's here. We might pick up a horde of halflings. That's a lot. I don't really want to deal with that. We'll figure that out in a second. Green fights red. Green takes red's castle. The enemy does not care about the well-being and the safety of their troops. They are free to let them just fall overboard in a whirlpool. And I'm sure that all of these troops are getting so sick and tired of teleporting from one place to the other. I think that after 2 seconds, I would be absolutely sick to my stomach. Not only because I'm traveling by sea, but also because I'm traveling through these stone lifts. Something about that just sounds like a bad time to me. Oh, one of our boats just got stolen by the Dragon City. 2 of our boats just got stolen by the Dragon City. We're going to need to send a search party. Somebody is going to need to rescue us. The nice thing is that we're going to pick up even more dragons, though. So there's one more dragon. It is that the first time you fight this Dragon City, you get 2. The second time, you get more. These are 2 fairly good heroes. I actually wonder. We have our Thieves Guild. I wonder. Arlon, she's a big deal. And then this other hero is not. Who is this other hero? Charity? Charity's not a big deal, but Carlon is. I think that we can reach both, so we're not going to focus on one or the other. We're just going to lose all of our boats. Do I fight this fight? Not for 2 elves, I think. Not that I don't care, just that I don't think it's really going to matter that much. The enemy has fled. This means I actually want to fight the fight, because I know that Carlon is their toughest hero. It is generally good practice to try and prevent the enemy from running. This is going to be an opportunity. I wonder what they're going to do. 3 spell power. I don't think I'm worried about any spells. Let us deal with their power lich first. Ah. Well, that's that. But I don't have a boat, and maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. We still have our gold mine here. There's a boat here. Oh, pause, pause. There is a barrow mound on this map. Where is it? It's right here. There are barrow mounds right there. Whether you can get to them or not, I don't know. But we are going to find out. We are going to sail here. And let's see, it's going to make us go a long, long ways around. Reefs here, reefs here. So you do have to go quite a long way. But we don't have to go into this cove. We can sail to right here. It's going to take us a couple days. It's still going to be a moment, but I think we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine, and I think that we're the toughest heroes on this map. I don't think anybody is better than us, not by any stretch of the imagination, so I'm not too concerned about sailing. It's probably time to start looking to see if there's any heroes like Ambrose the Knight, who has been purchased before. He is a level 2 hero. He's got the basic luck. He's not good enough, though, for me to want to pick up at this time. Is he? Maybe he is, actually. Now that I think about it, I might as well. Why? Well, because we do have those... What do you call it? It's the Witch's Hut that has some additional opportunities at estates. You might as well get that. I don't see why you ought not to. I do see Alamar. He's coming in hot. I'm actually amazed. We saw some enemies coming through these whirlpools back and forth, and they opted not to attack Alamar. I'm happy for that, because these troops are going to be much better on Luna than they are on him. With that being said, we're going to make sure this army is adjusted correctly, and Alamar is going to disappear. He's going to make himself useful. In this general direction, it looks like there's some creatures here. It's not a problem for me to just have him do some scouting to help me find out what are on these islands that are left. That actually seems like a pretty good use of his time. Gems. Might as well get the sulfur. I'm starting to think about additional Mage Guild levels. By the way, 131 wood, 0 mercury, 20 ore, 53 sulfur, 50 crystal, 10 gems. We had already talked in the previous scenario about trying to leverage this 53 sulfur into some other dragons, and I still think that that's a good possibility. I truly do. I'm going to wait on this decision for Dawn. It's a crystal mine is really what I'm missing out on if I choose not to attack her. And so we're gonna wait on that decision. But I might avoid the boats, and I might just go through those stone liths that she is currently on. That actually seems like a pretty good use of my time. We are still short a gem mine, aren't we? Oh dear. Oh, there goes Alamar. Who is this hero? It's a yellow warlock. And he's got a fair amount of troops. He's got these 11 hydras. This is actually their toughest hero. This is Airy the Warlock. And I think that Luna's in the water. Oh, buddy, you are going down. Luna is going to give you all the trouble that you can handle in just 1 second. I almost feel bad for you. 30 spell points. That's going to kill at least 1 griffin. And then a couple of these centaurs. I might as well. And does Alamar actually have anything? He's got the basic estates. Does that make him worth hiring again? I actually think not. We're going to let Alamar go down in a blaze of glory. We are going to let him run away in a blaze of glory. We're going to cast Fireball in a blaze of glory. He just wanted to go down in a blaze of glory. That's all it was. And who am I to deny him that desire? He wanted to be useful, and he was useful. Plus, actually, I don't think that Alamar cares. Alamar's like, yeah, I didn't like those gargoyles anyway. What do I care? And Okay, that's pretty dark, man. That's a little bit concerning. That's definitely psychopath behavior, but I'm going to ignore that for now. This brown tent, I think that we've noticed that most of the tents correspond to these barriers that just don't do much. In fact, I think that up here we've even seen the enemy travel right around some of these barriers that don't really do much of anything. Kind of sad to see that. I'm not thrilled to see the map being just a little bit broken, but it is what it is, and so be it. I don't know where is best. I don't think that this is worth my time right now. I think that these gems, I want to make sure I get a gem mine because I don't have one at the moment. I'm just sad it's going to take me 2 days to get there. I think that that's just the price of doing business. So we're going to take this time and travel all the way over here, especially since we're not going to stand on these lifts. We're going to actually spend the time to go off and on. I think it's important just to go by boat. Knowing that that is kind of our new house rule that we've put in place, I think that that makes the most sense, actually. We do have 6,000 gold nearly. I am going to call upon the forces of air. White stone pillars support a roof that rises up to the sky. As you enter the structure, the dead air of the outside gives way to a whirling gust that almost pushes you back out. The air current materializes into a barely visible form. Creature asks in what can only be described as a loud whisper, "Why have you come? Are you here to call upon the forces of air?" 24, let's see. We might as well purchase all of them. The only thing that's stopping me is this. I feel like I'm going to need to get the cottage. Why? Because if the enemy comes through the whirlpool, I've got 49 halflings, 5 Medusa, and 7 dwarves here to defend. That's not good enough. And yet, I think that now is not a bad time for me to be aggressive. How did you lose 1 Phoenix? How did you lose 1 Phoenix? We actually don't have any ranged troops. The thing is that we've got all this terrain. We have all these different avenues. We've got no spells, but I don't think we're going to lose this fight. I really don't. Let's skip one more time. Yeah, we're just going to isolate this fight. We're going to go sprites on that. Well, no, we can't even do sprites on one side and phoenixes on the other because of the flame breath attack. Let's do it like this. This actually might be a little bit of a problem now that I think about it. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is actually a problem now that I'm looking at this. Yeah. Okay, we're going to back the phoenixes off. And the sprites are going to slot in here. They're going to kill 3, 2, 5. They almost killed all of them. I think we're going to need to use the phoenixes smart. And maybe the best way I can do that is to try and use their double breath attack like this. And they're still going to take some damage, but we can potentially mitigate damage and then still do tons and tons of hurt. Going here, we're going to take some huge damage onto these sprites, and still we split this up. As long as we don't lose the Phoenix, I won't feel too stupid. Oh, in fact, the sprites are taking some hits. Okay. Well, in that case, once again, 36 hit points left. Let's kill 2 to 4. And then let's not lose the goblins until we have to. Yeah, we're just isolating these fights, keeping it easy. 36 hit points left. Back everybody off, including the goblins. And 36 hit points left. We're not going to take 36 hit points worth of damage. That's 9 hit points. And there we go. Much better. Much better. 28 and 27. Still fairly heavy losses, but not nearly so bad. And in fact, before I do anything else, let's make sure that we have multiple stacks of sprites. That's exactly what we want to do. Multiple stacks of sprites. It's probably not even worth it to keep the goblins anymore. So we're going to do it like this. The only reason to keep the goblins is that there might be a scenario where you want troops that can take the retaliation. Sprites will not eat up the retaliation because there is no retaliation. And while that's a good thing for the sprites, that might be bad for you tactically. And so getting rid of the goblins does reduce some of my tactical flexibility, but knowing that this is the main upcoming fight, that is the decision that we're going to make. 3 sprites looks totally reasonable. We're going to accept that. And we're going to take the ballistics? I actually don't know. It seems better that we take the ballistics here for this hero, though. Suddenly, abiding coldness engulfs your body. you seize up, falling from your horse. The pain subsides, but you still feel as if your chest is frozen. As you pick yourself up off the ground, you hear hearty laughter. You turn around just in time to see a frost giant run off into the woods and disappear. We now have the Heart of Ice, which provides 50% protection from cold, but doubles the damage taken from fire. Good artifact, bad artifact? It's an artifact. I think that I would actually prefer the Heart of Fire. No. I would prefer the Heart of Ice over the Heart of Fire. And the reason why I feel that way is because Cold Ray exists in the game. Fire spells don't really exist in level 1 or 2, and therefore they're less likely to be found on the map. But you're going to have in the second level the Cold Ray, third level you're going to have the Cold Ring. Really, it's the Cold Ray being a possibility in the second level spell that really stops it. There's no fire spell in the first or second level. And we know that because Steeson and I were able to go through all the spells, and we had a really nice time doing so. By the way, thank you for everyone's patience when it comes to allowing us to do a re-upload. The quality of the audio was not good. It was not good. And I think that what happened, just as an aside, not as an excuse, but just telling you what happened. I edited that video with my headphones, and they're a really nice pair of headphones. I think that I need to not edit with my headphones on because the sound felt better one way over the other. And it was definitely 100% a mistake. I'm going to leave this lith here. I don't think I actually need the crystal. I've got plenty of crystal coming in. I am going to leave, and that's more or less going to keep this area more secured than it was otherwise. Again, especially because there is this boat right here. Okay. With these 11 air elementals, though, winnable? Absolutely. Am I happy about the losses I'm going to take? Not at all. That's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. Let's accept it. It's going to take one single stone skin for this to go much better. Let's just cast the one stone skin here. I think that this biggest stack is going to be the one that takes all of the damage, actually. Or at least most of the damage. We're going to find out right about now, though. Yep. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Porque why? Wow, I still lost 3, even with the stone skin. Huh. Who'd have guessed? Okay. But we lose 3 instead of 5 or 4. A little bit of help there anyway. We will take the Witch's Tome. It would be for navigation. Might be useful for a non-sorceress hero, again, especially on this map. I am going to land, but again, I'm aware that it's potentially opening me up to problems here with this whirlpool. Of course, some enemy hero could land. There is Troy. Oh my goodness. And one thing that I forgot to mention is that these towns, it looks like, have their 5th level dwellings in the towns. These towns are more advantageous than I originally thought. Right here, Timber Hill. I've got to get here as soon as possible, actually. Luna's going to pick up the gems, and then she's going to carry on in that direction because it seems too good to pass up. Gem, thankfully, has got lots of navigation, so we're going to have her sail close enough to try and figure out what's going on here. Plenty of movement. Still, here's these BARROW mounds. I think that we land. And if there's an enemy here, we fight our way right through them because we are too tough. The Orc Chiefs want to run. We're going to lose 4 sprites. And I am going to purchase the cottage at this time. It seems like a good idea. I'm going to invest in some of these other defenses now. That's just going to help me move away. That's going to help me adventure instead of playing defensive and stay back. Red's being aggressive. And by the way, Red is the big dog. We've checked the Thieves Guild in times past, and it is Red who's got the most castles. It's Red that has the most army. Well, no, we don't know that. No, we do. We ran into an Oracle. We stepped on the Oracle, and Red was just the biggest and the baddest and the toughest in pretty much every single category. I don't think I remember anything that they were not the toughest in, actually. So, if we can do anything to hurt Red, we sure ought to. Otherwise, Yellow's main castle is right here. They can't beat us right now. It's day 4. But again, I think I've got to get these ghosts. I don't think that there's anything more important than pulling some ghosts into this army. These elves, in fact, I wish I could just turn them into ghosts. Wouldn't that be interesting? Okay. I'm going to read this because you never get to read this. Folks, you never get to read this ever. Why don't you get to read this text box? It's because this obstacle on the map. Let me start over. You never get to read this adventure map object because it is too broken, and most people know better than to put this into their maps, because ghosts from the BARROW mound will win you the game easy peasy. Restless spirits of long dead warriors seeking their final resting place offer to join you in hopes of finding peace. Do you wish to recruit ghosts? Yes, I do. For 1,000 gold, we have 17 available. We're going to take all that we can get right now. I don't think it's actually going to really matter to wait. But folks, we are going to now grow this stack of ghosts very, very quickly. Oh, the boars are awed by the power of my forces and they want to scatter. Do I want to pursue them? Yes, I do. We're going to fight this fight again because I don't trust that my dragons and my phoenixes aren't going to cause me some major heartache here. We are going to let our ghosts go absolutely wild here. So skip and skip. And funny enough, the 6 speed of the boars actually hurts them because then my ghosts get to go one by one before anything else. I think the ghosts are going to kill not a whole stack. And so for that reason, I am going to kill 1 stack here. But I think that I can, yeah, 4 to 6. So we go up to 15 ghosts. We're going to skip and skip because of course we will. You know, this is actually a good argument for not having phoenixes on this army, by the way. Phoenixes and dragons because of the morale that we are going to lose because we have these undead troops. It's probably not a bad idea to get them to a different troop. We may have Jem be the Ghost Lord, and it may be that Luna carries the forces of the living. Once again, we're going to do this. 1 Phoenix. I must have taken some damage. The dragons must have messed up somehow. I don't know how the dragons messed that up that bad, but there's no way that 19 sprites is going to kill me. Okay, we're just going to skip and skip and skip. 19 go down. Oh yeah, these are all mine. This is like, geez, this is like Kobe Bryant calling for the ball in the NBA Finals, down by 2. And is anybody going to deny Kobe the opportunity to just win the game for you? No, you're not. You're going to allow these 100 ghosts that we've gotten basically in 1 turn to just dunk on the enemy. Oh my goodness. And I don't know why, but the enemy has not apparently gone in this direction. Apparently the enemy has said, no, we're just going to let you get ghosts and we're not going to pick up any ghosts ourselves. I do want to wait on this castle. Even if I had the gold, I wouldn't get it. This castle doesn't really matter to me. Hold on. There were trolls in this garrison, but there was no troll den. Okay. A little bit interesting. Not what I thought, and I think that that changes my strategy. Not at all, actually. I don't think that that actually changes my strategy. Because at this point, my strategy is move as fast as you can, because ghosts are already going to win the game for you. You might as well just let them win as soon as possible. We do need to land. It's day 4. We're going to be able to pick up some more dragons very soon, and so we shall allow that to happen. Oh, I meant to get a moat there. I will get that next time. But now it's Jem's job to go to that nearest, I almost said dungeon, that nearest warlock castle and pick up whatever troops they have in there, especially make sure that we are able to get the Black Tower, the final level for that bit of dragons. And we do not have a summoned boat. I would love it if I did. On this map, it's so good, but this does afford us the opportunity to wait for just 1 more turn. Which boat is going to be better? This one in the alcove or outside of the alcove? In the alcove is going to be better. We'll just sail in that direction. We can load up next time. We will wait for those last few ghosts. Okay. I am fairly satisfied that this area is going well. The pathfinding is not very useful. I knew that when I did it, and I did it anyway. Right now, we really just need to take our advantages while we can and mop this up. See, like this orange barrier. What good is this orange barrier doing? I'm very confused. I don't think it's doing anything for anybody. And maybe that's the point. Maybe it wasn't supposed to be special. We're going to keep our troops on the battlefield rather than just lose Rebecca for nothing. I think it's fine to just carry on. And again, there's so many red heroes out on the map. It's going to be actually a little bit painful to try and track down all these heroes. It may not be a bad idea to use our secondary heroes and just disperse the ghosts. Even 10, 20 ghosts. 20 ghosts in one army can generally find whatever pockets of resistance are left. And that can have each hero have their own little army of ghosts. We are going to attack here. I don't care about any of those troops going down. Might as well pick up this artifact here. Yeah, okay. Couch of sulfur. Okay, not too bad. Do I get in the boat or do I go to these liths? I think that right now we need to be targeted. I think that we need to try and get into some of these areas. And rather than leave it to chance with the liths, I think that we go straight for the enemy. We do need to sit here. On Dragon City, it's day 6. On to day 7. Yeah, I can't possibly keep track of the enemy right now. There's just too much going on. It's going to take so many heroes to clean this up. But we're going to do it. It's going to be like a fisherman. I've never been deep sea fishing with a heavy single line reel. And that's not what we're going to do anyway. What we're going to do is cast a very wide net and just try and corral people in the appropriate directions. And we're going to have to catch people where we can. We're going to have to be ruthless when we find someone. There's not going to be any amount of leaving them behind. In this instance, do I take Sabu now? I'm actually not incredibly confident with this army that Luna has. I will be after I pick up these Earth Elementals, though. Can we land here? Let's just land here. Wolves I can take. Wolves I can take. And Rebecca can go into the boat. Other things for her to do. I do need someone to explore in this general area. I don't know what's over here. And I do want to find out a little bit more. Day 7 on to day 1. I don't actually know, by the way. Is it better or worse if red defeats everybody and then it's just me and red? Is it better to have only one enemy left at this point or multiple? For the purposes of just kind of cleaning things up, I feel like it's probably better just to have the one hero or the one enemy left. Okay. Vesper is not going to get to purchase any more troops here. We are going to immediately demolish him. He has no chance. 2 ghosts. We're going to do this fight just a little bit. I think the 2 ghosts is acceptable. Oh yeah, that morale is so bad. Paralyzed is not terrible either. I'm just gonna hit auto. We're just gonna watch this. Okay, not bad. Okay, not bad. Somehow we ended up just losing more ghosts. Oh, it's the overall amount. That's what happened. We had a net loss of 2 ghosts. That's how this fight ends up. It doesn't keep track of anything else but just kind of where you end up. And we ended up down 2 ghosts. We didn't gain any ghosts that time. Okay. Well, lesson learned on that. We're going to take the leadership. That actually is a huge final pickup there. Yeah, because we got 3 different troops of 3 different alignments, plus the undead in the army. That +1 morale is actually going to be very useful. We've got to go in here. Happy to finally have a good mage guild. We've got to get this green tower. I wish I could have gotten it on day 7. We will take what we can get, and we're probably just going to stick with red dragons for the rest of this scenario. Black dragons would be great, but I'm going to want to be able to flexibly mix my armies as often as possible. I am going to pick up, let's see. Do I pick up a boat right now for another hero? Gem on this island. It looks like there's one hero here, two heroes here that we really need to defeat. Easy. Easy. I think that with that being said, it's not a problem to put Gem into the boat. And then that gives room for another hero to get purchased and then go right on behind her. We are going to trade. We've got plenty of gold. No reason not to trade. And I understand that we are going to not pick up dragons right now. They're going to be excellent defenders. They're going to do a great job of defending. And meanwhile, we're going to take half of this stack of ghosts. Wow, half of your stack? 66 is going to do just fine. And 65 here is going to do just fine. So we're even going to do it just like this. Just so that way I can't possibly lose with Vitania. Funny, I say I can't possibly lose, and that is braggadocious. That is a little bit much. One Phoenix, no problem. Endless Purse of Gold, that's an extra 500 gold per day. Do we want to buy these Earth Elementals? I actually do, but I don't have the ability to. Can I reach Sabu from here? No, he's already taken off. Interesting. So, might as well pick up the Shrine of the Second Circle. No additional spells to learn at this time. I want to see if there's anything in here that's worth having. And again, we are just sailing so we can explore. I don't know if there's anybody here or not. We're going to risk it with Rebecca. And then we must pick up dragons here in just one turn. We're going to make sure that Ergon leaves next turn. In fact, he's going to get to go before every other hero does, simply so that we can make sure that we have all the dragons we need. I don't want any heroes to get any ghosts themselves, and I don't want them to get any of these red dragons. It just seems too free. We lose one gold mine, which actually does hurt a little bit. I mean, we have 6,000 gold income per day. Never mind. We're fine. It's okay. It's all right. We'll be okay. And I don't even need things like this arena anymore, I don't think, for Gem. She's got such a stack of creatures, it's just more important that she fights more than anything. Building strong heroes is usually critically important. Right now, it just doesn't seem like the most important thing. Probably best that we land here, and if we need to, we can go through Liths a lot. A lot. But just getting out onto the map is going to be okay for us. And actually, I do want to get some ghosts on over here to Luna. Well, we already talked about the leadership, actually. That is a little bit of a problem. Carlon is right here. We've already had to fight Carlon once. I think we can reach this boat. We can. Maybe that's just far enough. Something tells me she can reach. Something tells me that she will reach. We got our one dragon here. Let's go explore and find somebody we can attack. Oh no, I did it. I'm so sorry. Okay, we're just going to say that Ergon's turn is done for the day because we accidentally hit spacebar, and we said that we weren't going to do that. So my apologies. Old habits die hard. So, otherwise, let's continue on. Oh, those peasants, they look mighty tasty. Mighty tasty indeed. We didn't pick up the 5th level Mage Guild. Again, with this amount of ghosts, I just don't think it matters. Is there any more of a renewable resource than ghosts in this game? And I think the answer is no. I saw a very interesting video, by the way, and it's off topic and it's off genre even, but perhaps you'll be interested. And it's from a former Warcraft 3 player named Grubby. If you're familiar with Warcraft 3, you should be familiar with Grubby. He's an excellent player. He is retired professionally, but he does still stream and he does still upload videos. Really excellent type of person, type of player from what I can see. It's kind of hard to guess if somebody's a good player, not a good player, a good person or not, just based off of what you see from their online persona. You know what I'm saying there? But seems like he's a nice guy, seems like he's on the level. Anyway. And he had an excellent video that was discussing the concept of free units. Now remember that this is in the RTS genre, and yet I thought that a lot of the things that he was talking about apply to any kind of game design. For example, he was comparing some of the creatures in the RTS game StarCraft 2, probably the biggest RTS game ever, bigger than StarCraft 1, StarCraft Brood War and the likes. And they have some problematic, let's call them, creatures in StarCraft 2. For the Zerg race, the race of insectoid swarming type of enemies, where they will have a infestor unit that can just spawn free troops. They have a broodlord that will shoot you from way, way far away, and then that will create some troops upon impact. And then they also have a troop that is known as the swarm host that essentially will burrow very, 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 very far away from your base, and then it will send out this wild, crazy amount of these tiny, minuscule bugs who on their own are not very tough, but in large numbers are pretty much impossible to deal with. Okay. Now, the problem with these troops is that they are free. They cost mana. You buy the initial troop that causes all these troops, and then what do? Well, you just let it go, and they will basically win a fight for you. Good design, bad design. The problem with it is that when you have absolutely free troops, you're going to disrupt the economy balance in any type of game. Here's where the comparison lies between that RTS game and Heroes of Might and Magic 3. The economy, when ghosts are thrown into the mix, is completely thrown out the window. More so than necromancy. Necromancy, I think, is a small-scale example of this troops for nothing type of mentality. Because the only barrier to getting a huge stack of skeletons is you actually have to defeat the enemies, you have to mitigate your losses, etc., etc. But ghosts are that on steroids. We're talking the difference between, what, a 6 hit point creature and the skeleton versus the 20 hit point ghost that also flies and can cover the whole map in one single go. Massive deal. Massive deal. And like in the RTS genre where free units messed things up, I think that it messes up the economy here in this game. This game feels over. Even though it's not over and there's still so much to do, having these free troops doesn't give me any cause for concern. I don't have any cause for concern right now at all, I don't think. At this point, who can defeat me? And good design, bad design. I mean, hey, I didn't even realize that there were these troops on the map. I didn't realize that that BARROW mound was here until it was too late, dare I say. I have visited this tent, and so I'm going to land right here, defeat the ghost, and then I'll probably go get this graveyard, and then I'll spring back and forth. Actually, there may be a castle there. There's a town, a Fenton. So, and so ghosts compared to the skeletons, though, I actually do think that skeletons are a really good design. The way that they've done necromancy as a secondary skill in Heroes 2 and then Heroes 3 and beyond, it's gone through a lot of changes, and the changes have been good. The changes, I think, have been purposeful, and I think that the very, very best that necromancy has ever been was probably, I don't know because I never played it, but I've been told that Heroes 5 is the best, in the sense that you can only raise so many undead skeletons per week. Maybe that's 5, maybe that's a different version, maybe that's 6, maybe that's 7, I'm not sure. But the point is that I think that it's pretty smart to say, look, there is a cap to how many free troops you can get, again, because they destroy the economy balance. Heaven forbid there was a faction that had ghosts as one of their possible troops you could get. Oh my goodness. Anyway. There's so many boats. I need a summon boat skill like 3 days ago. We do lose our barbarian town. Yeah, we need more heroes on the map. We need way more heroes on the map. Okay. I think that once Vitania gets up here, there should be some liths to the north. Yeah, over here. And so we're going to have one hero on these stone liths after she defeats these nomads, because I don't think she's going to have any problem with 128 ghosts that she's literally doubled. We might even go get the centaurs before we come back. And then these other troops are actually doing just fine, I think. I don't want to lose the Phoenix. We're gonna skip. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna see what the split looks like. They're all gonna go this way. Don't love that. I guess that means that the troops are all, these zombies are all going for the red dragons. Okay, we're gonna go here, and the troops are gonna split. Some this way, some that way. Just like that. And ideally, these zombies are gonna stack up here. I would have loved it if they were here, and then I could flame breath this way and this way. That's not gonna be possible. I'm fine with losing the orcs. Do I care if the dragon is the one to pull the trigger or not? Oh, it looks like I can't even do it because there's terrain here. So we're just gonna have to kill in this direction. Should be fine though. Sprites can't get into the mix, not yet anyway. If at any point we see an excellent stack of zombies, we will probably send our troops in that direction. This Phoenix is already so low. Oh my gosh, goodness gracious. I truly refuse to lose the Phoenix though. I absolutely refuse. Let's flambe this stack. We'll take some hits and it'll be fine. And I know it'll be fine because the dragons are just that tanky. Really, the 250 hit points versus the 100 hit points of the Phoenix is not a small thing. This stack of 5 doesn't concern me. This group split here, I don't love that. We're going to just get the Phoenixes out of the way. They'll probably be useful at the very end of this fight. That's fine. Out of the way. And in just one more second. There we go. 49 damage, or 49 hit points left. 15. And here. And then I'm just going to hit Q, because from here, I don't think that there's any problems. Okay. Alright, 2,000 experience, but more importantly, we get the endless pouch of gems. Resource generation is good. Once again, 5th level creatures, probably not a 5th level dwelling, though, if history is any indication. Rebecca is just scouting right now. There's this wizard castle here of South Mill. And we had said that we wanted to just kind of go in this direction. 108 sprites, sure. I'll take those losses. Wizard Staff! Staff of Wizardry. Boost the hero's spell power by 5. It's always amazing what you can find in one of these graveyards, and I am all for it. 36 sprites is going to go down. Actually, let me do this. Yes, yes. And then here. And here. Wow. There's a lot of people trying to talk to me on Discord right now. And I'm all for it, by the way. That doesn't make me sad at all. I'm grateful that people want to talk to me on Discord. Especially because recently... Did I already say this or not? I'm not sure if I said this or not. Especially because recently I just made a request to the FHeroes2 community. I've requested that people send in their playthroughs. I am requesting humbly, and if this is the first time you've heard it, I'm asking you as well. This is a humble request. If you feel so inclined, if you are interested, I think that the part 2 of this Surf and Turf went really, really well, and I was so scared because it's not my traditional format to play the game and then comment on it after. And I was so very much worried that it would come off wrong and I wouldn't be on my game, that things wouldn't be useful or correct. You know, you need to kind of stay within your niche. And to simply expand recklessly could be good as an opportunity, but it could completely flop. And so I was not very confident, especially because it was not something I planned on doing. It was just technical difficulties caught up to me. And so I shoutcasted my own game, and then now I'm requesting that people will send in their playthroughs so that I can shoutcast their games. And so if you are interested in helping me out, please, I would love to hear from you. I'd love to get your video just so we can have a good time and watch and play together. So I feel like I've already said that. Maybe I've said that and maybe I haven't. I'm not sure. Not sure if I've said that or not. And part of the reason I'm not sure is because did you think that I just do one take of my intros? Nope, I do not. I always end up doing it at least twice. Not because I'm vain, but at least because I mess up on one thing at least once. Plus, I have good practice. It's a good idea to make sure that I don't mix up the sound. The sound's got to be appropriate. And it's pretty easy to forget things like plugging in your microphone. So I may have already talked about this in the intro that did not get used for this video. So carrying on, I don't think that there's anything up here. Not really. I see resources, but it may be that there's one single monster here, one single wandering creature. Okay, so Vitania is on the, let's see, she's going to be on the arches. Rather than go attack these creatures, I'm just going to go for these lifts. But she's got the archways. Luna will have the Corinthian stone lifts, stone pillars. Wait. Gem does too. One of you has to step off. One of you has to go somewhere else. And so I think there is a red castle here, Blackridge. We want to get that before they start pumping out Titans. And then maybe Rebecca can actually come over here and grab some ghosts and start her own little culture of ghosts. It's like making sourdough bread, I think. I think that that's what ghosts are. You have the initial culture to get yourself started, and then from there it just takes off. And you perpetuate that very small amount of ghosts that you started off with. And then you have this bread that some people swear by and some people absolutely abhor. That's ghosts for you. Some people love them, some people absolutely abhor them. Interesting. Still red continues. Yellow continues. Okay. Otherwise, we're going to press our advantage down here. And then Luna's going to set off again for this red castle. This one's going to be pretty important. Again, she did land on these archway stone lifts, but... hello. But somebody's got to do it. Okay. Remember what we said. We're going to step on, step off. Gold mine is too good to pass up. And since there's the boat right here, we're going to take that as well on our way out. Oh, we're probably even going to get those dwarves in just 1 second. I'm going to assume that Rebecca knows where she's going and she knows what she's doing. And Ergon, he's in the same general area. Should I go back to this boat instead? I'm sure that he's going to find something useful over here. And by useful, I mean another boat that he can eventually use. Like this. Perfect. Okay. And then I think at the beginning of this week, so right now I'm going to purchase a boat and I'm going to purchase a hero, and this upcoming hero is going to sail the 7 seas. It is going to be Mandigal. He is level 4. He doesn't have any artifacts, but he's a pretty okay hero. He's going to have the leadership, the logistics, the scouting, and this advanced wisdom is actually pretty useful. So in just a second, we're going to leave with 6 phoenixes and more. We're probably not going to take the lower level troops. I don't think we need to. So he's just going to hop in the boat next turn, and we're going to go from there. We are going to have to keep a track or keep an eye on some of these towns and castles we have. I don't think that we're in danger of losing any, but it would be a real shame if we had 5, 6 dragons in that dragon tower that we just don't get to purchase because we forget. Like this boat right there. It's doing that little stutter step. I think that that's an opportunity where we could potentially mess up. So let's not do that. Okay. So, it is the week of the Raven. And Jaclyn just wandered right into me. I don't think there's much I can do to stop that. I'm officially starting to have issues. I'm working off of a new setup here. I'm trying to keep my computer cool. I'm trying to keep the lights on, etc. Let's just keep the phoenixes back. 95 ghosts can handle the majority of this. Let's have the phoenixes. Well, they're still going to get into the fight. They're not going to be the main finisher of this fight. 1 knowledge, 2 spell power. Do you think the Jaclyn can counteract a paralyze? I actually think no. I think not. We're actually going to paralyze, and we're going to destroy goblins. Lots and lots of goblins. 103 goes down. I was wrong. Dispel magic comes out. We do have the Cyclops going to go before the ghosts. These phoenixes are going to take a huge hit. I do want to still stop these trolls, even though they've already gone. I think that we can finish off the rest of these Cyclops right here. Oh, we did not. That's okay. I wonder how big of a deal this morale is going to come into play in this fight. Tough to say. The dragons are going to probably lose 1 more. I think the phoenixes can just kind of hold their own right here. Let's see. Let's kill 2 of these Cyclops. Okay, perfect. And then 24 of these Ogre Lords. Let's start working on these big boys. Yeah, pretty bad actually to lose all these troops. But I don't think there's much else I could really do about it at this point. Jaclyn's still a pretty tough hero, and lest we forget, this is Luna, I believe. This is Gem. 1 attack, 6 defense. Thank goodness she's got the 6 defense, but really her power is in her spells. And I guess I should have been casting these spells. Just in these levels, you know, 200 hit points seems a little bit useless, a little bit superfluous, really. We're going to back this 1 dragon off. No sense in losing him. The rest of these troops can handle themselves. Here. And here. Okay, the enemy has run 2 and 2. I don't love those losses, but the ghosts really are still the power stack, and they are thriving as we speak. So, still we continue. Let's see, I don't think I need resources. I don't know what's down here, so we will explore just a little bit. Gold mine, it looks like no one else has been down here, so I'm not going to go down there myself. There's no castle that can fit into here, so we're not going to go there. This fight is a win. I think I'm going to actually accept these losses. I think that Phoenix going down is about correct. And then in the same way that we purchased the dragons, we're going to get giants going up here. This is a problem, though. This castle is potentially going to be under attack early and often. So before we do anything else, let's just purchase all these troops. Try to provide some sort of cover for it as we go back in this direction. Luna does not have any ghosts. She does need to be careful. And I think that Red's actually still to the north, if I'm correct. They did pick up this barbarian town of Troy. Ergon's going for the boat more than anything else. He's just trying to get the boat. Again, I don't think that these tents really do matter. He is probably actually going to go steal some ghosts from Vitania. That's going to be pretty useful. So as much as I want her to go back already, I do want her to continue. These dwarves are just more ghosts for me. And so yeah, Vitania's going to wait. She will wait. We do have enough gold that we can purchase tons and tons of troops. So let's go, let's see, go to the well. And I want to make sure that I don't get the dwarves. The purchase all function is going to buy dwarves before anything else. And that's something I do want to avoid. Thankfully, I run out of gold before it's too big of a problem. And we will still have some supporting troops left behind just in case. So not too bad, not too bad. All right. Month 2, week 4, day 1. Green's got 3 heroes on the map, maybe 4. Okay, green has landed. We need to purchase the dragons in our Warlock Castle. Okay. There are 3 enemies nearby my main castle. Does this actually get me anywhere? There's a town, but there's no enemies that have taken it. So we're going to ignore that for now. Same goes for here. These veteran pikemen may never actually get picked up. They may never be the source of anybody's frustration. They may just get ignored this entire game. Could you imagine being a veteran pikeman guarding an artifact in a mine And for some odd reason, you never actually have to do combat. You just get to die of old age. Okay. All right. That actually sounds nice. That actually does sound peaceful. And way better than every single one of the Master Swordsmen and Veteran Pikemen who end up dying because one single Phoenix absolutely torched their existence. My word. In Lord of the Rings and the Battle of Minas Tirith, do you think that anybody said to themselves, oh yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is how I wanted things to turn out? Probably not. I am going to go out of my way to get these gold mines. Wouldn't it be interesting if the enemy started to employ the practice that I had started to use? What if they had started to sit on the liths, so I had to go there myself? Pretty interesting. I hope it never happens. Okay, we're going to split right down the middle. And I'll just take the Phoenixes here, and you can keep the dragons there. And that's actually going to help the morale on both of these armies. Actually, let's have both of you be even morale because basic leadership. Yep, that actually sounds better to me. Okay. Now, where to go? Where is there an enemy? Let's just start headhunting for castles. Purple. Let's head to purple. And then Vitania, hopefully she can find somebody soon as well. Nope, nobody there. Nope, nobody there. It may just be better to start going by boat. Yeah, not really, because then you're playing whack-a-mole. Because the enemy's just going to run back into their little hidey holes every single time. Without fail. Like, almost guaranteed that's what's going to happen. Let's trade wood for gold. We'll pick up dragons. Do we pick up anybody else? Oh, I should have upgraded this tower first, but I did not. Let's get these troops here. Let's just see. Dimitri. Tell you what, I think that we actually purchased one more hero because we've talked about doing that. And then we just have this other hero. Is it going to be Rialdo? It's going to be Natasha because she has the navigation. And she's going to go and chase him down. Probably, let's see, one big stack of 2 and then 2 smaller stacks. Not to mention the Hydras. Fix Fox, the very slow Hydras. Yep, you better believe it. She is pretty slow. And she's going to be just as slow next turn. We'll see what Dimitri does. But I don't trust myself to go too far out of this castle and then have him just go right around me and fight me. He can't get in. You can't go diagonal into a castle. You have to go north and south. So this is fine. Maybe that'll be just enough to help me get forward a little bit. Actually, for that reason, let's leave the Hydras. So if he wants to jump back in the boat, next turn we're going to have 1,200 movement instead of 1,000. Yep, that's the plan. On to the next day. Wow. Okay, so lots of green heroes. Okay, so Corinthian pillars, archway pillars. I mean, there's some heroes in every single lith, every single type of lith. If we capture every castle, though, then the enemy's going to have 7 days to get their own new castle, or they're going to be lost. It doesn't seem like a bad idea to just try and abuse that mechanic. It'd be a great thing if I could find a way to track all these enemies down without having to go into the boat. Because again, if you go by boat, they're going to just disappear. Just disappear. This is going to be a lot more difficult to clean up than I originally thought. This is going to be much more difficult. Aha! Finally, we found something. It only took all day. Okay. Let's see. Interesting placement for a boat there. This leads us somewhere, but only to a castle, or excuse me, only to a town that is currently neutral. this leads me to a place that I already currently own. And that's where we end for the day. Okay. Now we are back on these lifts. I actually need to find... because Rebecca's pretty weak. I actually think I need to find Rebecca somebody who can gift her a couple of ghosts. Because if she runs into somebody right now, that's not good. She can take this fight, though. She'll do just fine. Okay, no problems. Still we search. And I always thought when I was younger that it would matter if you go in through these lifts east to west or west to east versus going from the south into the north. I thought that maybe that would impact kind of like where you would get spit out. There's another one here. Oh my goodness. This is not a map I would recommend for competitive play. Even just playing with friends or family, I think that this is maybe the wrong map simply because of those two adventure map objects. 2 is actually better than 1 as far as... where did he go? Oh, there he is. 2 is actually better than 1 in my opinion. Simply because then the first person to get there doesn't just win the game. There's another option. There's another opportunity for somebody else to maybe do something, but still, it just feels bad. Just feels bad. Wait a second. Yeah, level 2. Actually, hold on. What does Vesper have as far as spells? I've already seen all those spells. Okay. I was just checking to see if there was a Mage Guild level 4, Mage Guild level 5 that had something really crazy. That's information that can be useful for me. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and the enemy is just going to go back and forth, picking up undefended towns that I have not gotten yet. Okay. I don't have this orange barrier. Oh no. Oh, great. Alrighty, well, there's that for you. I guess sometimes it really does matter. Great. Oh, hello. I think actually this is fortuitous. We're going to meet up together, and I'm actually going to take all the phoenixes. We're going to split half of the ghosts once again. Oops. Split half of the ghosts. Take all the other troops I can take. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Yeah, but it's bad morale, and he's got the leadership. Nine phoenixes is a lot. I actually think that we can do it like this. And just keep things looking like this. That's probably going to be okay. So Gem is going to travel around with no ghosts, but with 9 phoenixes, and that should be just fine. So I think that's okay. Because Mandigal is not a bad hero. I think, what was he, level 4? Something like that. I don't know if I can keep the enemy from surrendering out of this castle, out of this town. So I'm not really going to try. Okay. And then one of you has to get back into the boat, because you can't all be on the same type of pillars. Archway. Aha! Enemy runs in cowardice. Good, good. There was nothing there. Good. And then the spell icon lifts. Very good. Nothing in here. Okay. We do need to land. We do. Yeah, no problem. Sarakin is actually their toughest hero. Oh, there's rangers here? Oh, good. We go from 114 up to 122. Ghosts. Good, good. And this is going out of our way. 114 ghosts are going to go up to 249. That feels fair. Yeah. Okay. And then Tasha, I'm just going to have her sit back in the castle now that the danger is past. Wait a second. I forgot to defend that barbarian castle of mine, but the enemy just got right back into the boat. That's a weird choice, and I don't understand that. Something tells me that the AI does have a hard time using liths. I think that they do have a hard time using the liths very well. And quite frankly, that just seems normal to me. I don't know how an AI would use these liths particularly effectively. When there's only a few entrances and only a few exits, yeah, sure. They can probably do those calculations pretty well. But just the sheer amount of possibilities is too much to handle, in my opinion. I'm sure that it's doing the very best it can, and I'm sure it is actually acquitting itself quite nicely. However, just in the reality of the situation, I think it's no small task. We're going to split these ghosts up a lot. The enemy wants to run. We're going to accept that. We're going to allow them to run. Our ghost stacks just continue to rise. Nothing interesting here in this castle. A black dragon will take out a titan any day of the week. True? False? I don't know. Tough to say. Tough to say. They're both 6-speed creatures. I think that initiative... I think I've looked at it. I think that initiative does matter, but not that much. The one place where the Titans will absolutely defeat and overwhelm the dragons is if the Titans have any type of archery. If they have archery and they get the first hit off, then that first shot will be additional damage, and then they're going to win pretty much every time, barring morale, barring luck from either side. But I mean, there's no guarantees on that in a straight up fight. If it's actually a fight, then there's no guarantees that nobody owes you anything in one of those fights. It's kind of what I'm trying to say here. Looks like Ruby's going to attack us and kill us here. I think that this is going to be the end for Rebecca. I'm sad, she's sad, we're all sad. This doesn't take us anywhere. Yeah, this was Jezebel, who is Red's toughest hero, and she landed here, but then she didn't do anything. I don't understand that choice. There's that orange barrier that's causing us major problems again. Hold on. Is there... I've got to check this. Is there a castle that's got a summon boat? If there is, then I need to get there like yesterday. We're even going to buy Mage Guild levels just so we can find summon boat. Not here. Not here. How about here? Nope, not here. Maybe with the library. And then let's try here. Really, I'm just trying to find that summon boat spell. There we go. So we got to make our way to this Knight faction castle here in the bottom left. If you are anywhere near that and you see a boat or you have a boat, that's your heading. I think we can probably get closer. Carlon, what are you doing? She's like, nope, I'm going to stay safe. I don't care what you say. You can't stop me. You're right. But I can land a boat right on top of your head. And then, like Carmen Sandiego, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I will come and I will find you. So you just wait. I'm coming for you. Astra's here. There's a castle here. I think we're going to land here. We're going to pick up probably this boat and then head on over this direction. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Whoa! We're going to head that way. That's much better. And then I don't think that any of our castles are currently in danger. That's acceptable because I can't stop it. Yeah, the enemy is not taking towns or castles very well right now. There's too many calculations. Very interesting, and maybe this is only interesting to me. I like chess. I like chess a lot. And chess is solved at 7 pieces or less for both black and white. If there are 7 white pieces and 7 black pieces on the board, no matter where those pieces are, from then on, if you play perfectly, one person has the advantage and they will never lose it, and the game is already decided. It may be checkmate in 105 moves, but the game is decided at that point. This might be an instance where there's just too many pieces on the board and the AI is chewing the numbers up again and again and again themselves and just taking into account the other AI's movements, seeing where those take them, and then they're stuck in this kind of cyclical loop where they can't solve anything, they can't gain an advantage over one or the other. It's maybe a long shot to think of it in those terms, but something tells me that there's a reason why the AI is struggling to take castles right now. Okay, rather than get back into the liths, let's see, hold on. No. Okay, so we got Archway. That one, Archway. Okay, actually you need to, yeah, we do need one hero here. Just to pop out and find somebody. Much like the hit rock group Queen. Gotta find somebody to love. Somebody to love me. That was not how that goes, by the way. That's not how that song goes at all. We might be able to keep them from running. Probably not. 15 Cyclopes. Where are you getting those? Buddy, where are you getting those? Where are you getting those? I don't care at this point if I lose these Phoenixes or these Dragons. I'm not trying to lose them. I'm just being a realist at this point. They've already gone. I don't care about the Orcs. We're going to get the first shot off on these Cyclopes in just a second. Let's kill 5 to 7 here. Oh yeah, plus the good luck. That's going to help out a lot. Our biggest stack is going to focus on these Ogre Lords and here. And the reason is because then the Dragons are going to take the retaliation as they get the double hex attack here. Uh-oh. And we took the double hex attack there. Yeah, there's no way you can beat me still. We're going to let the 52 ghosts attack. And then, let's see. 8. If I back off these 14, then 44 and 42 will get to go. Maybe we get lucky. We'd have to get lucky right here. We do not. Okay. We actually lost a lot of troops. We may go out of our way to try and find some additional free troops that we can fight. Even Iron Golems will work. But I think we can find somebody else. Aha! Elves. And actually we needed to go here anyway because there's a purple castle right here. I think everybody else is almost ready to go. We already have Baywatch. Oh, we are so close to handing over some ghosts. Yeah, and with this army, Luna's not tip-top. She can do a lot, but she's not safe by any means. I mean, she would have lost that previous fight that we just fought against those 15 Cyclopes. So, you know what? She's actually really close to home right now. Let's have her hop in the boat and go around next time. That'll be fine. Gem, though, is hopefully going to do something very nice for us. Scouting, and dropping here. Might be nice to get this observation tower. I'll probably hire another hero here who can go and do that in just 1 second. And again, this is just us being on our way towards the boat. Green actually seems like it's got the most heroes on the map right now. Red's got 1. Red has 1 hero on the map. Yellow, or see, orange has 3. Green had like 3. Purple's got 1 or 2. Yeah, 1 or 2. Let's defeat Astra. Let's not let her run. We'll accept those losses. And then this castle before day. Oh, this is actually a little bit interesting. I've still got 9 Phoenixes though. 9 phoenixes is quite enough. We'll go here. And we're just soaking up some more elves. Adding all these into our army. That's wonderful. And then Vitania is just hunting. With her 400 ghosts, she is hunting for the enemy. Like a heat-seeking missile. And the thing is that Carlon and all these heroes, they can run. Oh yeah, they can run. But eventually we're going to catch them. And when we do, they're going to have a real bad time. Oh yeah. Let's see. In this area, I mean, maybe we can land here. Oh dear, we're just that close. And if that's the case, I actually want Tyro to go take this town of Troy, and then I'll defeat him. He's got giants. Buddy, where'd you get giants? Yeah, I don't know what green's doing there when it gets close to my town and then moves away. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Summon boat. Okay. There. And that actually is great for me because then I'll land here and he cannot get far enough away. He can't get from there to the lifts. And so he will take that town and then I will overwhelm him shortly. I'll even buy the 10 goblins so he's got no hope of reinforcements. More dragons here. And then back to hunting. I think that we just stumbled into somebody. We did. Which is great. And actually, this puts us in a great position. Yes. Tremendous. Tremendous. Okay. Looks like we are rapidly going to destroy some of these necromancers. And then we are still on our way here. I don't know if this is enough ghosts to take on South Mill. It might be. They're going to have to devote some resources to those defenses very quickly if they're going to have any chance. We're going to be just shy of our ultimate goal here. This might be a good time actually to purchase another hero. Just so we can move the troops from point A to point B. This is a tough fight here. There's no doubt about that. If we really need to, we can just rehire Gem back. And in fact, of course we will because reasons. But I think that there's still some good opportunities here. The Mass Bless on the Phoenixes is going to be massive. We only have the 1 attack though. It's not that good. Where do you go? Do you kill 7? Do you kill 11? You for sure don't want the Rangers to go, and so I think that you have to kill the Paladins who have their double strike. Doing 360 points of damage right now is not going to hurt you. 1 Phoenix goes down. 1 more goes down. I'm expecting some heavy losses from 6 Paladins. There's 1, there's another 1. 5 left. Let's make sure that the Phoenixes actually stay alive a little bit. Actually, no. I feel like I need to take out these Rangers. If I take out the Rangers, I can then retreat a little bit to help save some troops. And then just cast tons of spells, Cold Rays and the likes. 4 Phoenixes, 1 Dragon. I think that now we do back off. We have the Cold Ray. That's 220 points of damage each time. That's going to be 22 of these Rangers. That's going to meet our goals there. The rest of these enemies are going to have to come out of the castle to deal with us. Kind of interesting that... Oh, I guess that the champions can't get out. They couldn't attack the dragon and they couldn't get anywhere else. So that actually made a lot of sense. 24 of these gentlemen here. We're going to sit right here. This is not so much that the veteran pikemen cannot come out. So they should be able to lower the drawbridge, but then they're just going to engage with the unicorns. I'm fine with that. 1 more Phoenix goes down. 1 dragon, 3 Phoenixes, 10 greater druids left. The 7 unicorns are more or less plugging the gate here, and that's actually just fine for me. Worth noting is that we could have parked the unicorns right here in the moat, and that would have been just fine as well. But because these creatures are blinded, that means that all these other creatures are going to have to come out this way. We're going to do much more damage than this ballista, much more damage than these tower defenses will do. And already they're only down to 23 damage because we do have, I believe, ballistics, expert ballistics. That means that their left turret, their right turret has already been destroyed. We are doing just fine on that. Might as well take out their most aggressive, damaging troop. Why? Okay, yeah, never mind. Never mind. I was operating off of some other belief. I keep switching back and forth between Heroes of Might and Magic 2 and 3, and it's good, except the problem is that then a hero walks, or a creature walks through the moat, and I say to myself, why didn't he take damage? And the answer is because he doesn't take damage from the moat? Question mark? So, in Heroes 2, he doesn't take damage. In Heroes 3, he does. That's where that confusion is coming from. I think that we can see that this battle is going very, very well. That Mass Bless actually did a tremendous amount of work, especially over just the course of this match. The Veteran Pikemen are unblinded. I think that we're going to continue to Cold Raid them. We're probably going to end up staying here overnight just so we can resupply, just so we can do whatever it takes to be feeling a-okay. Veteran Pikemen, take out one Unicorn. And from here, I'm just going to hit Q. So it was very costly. 7 Phoenixes out of our 9. Not happy for it, but Gem is going to be okay. She'll be fine. Just get her some ghosts. She'll be great. Level 2 Troyan, level 2 Rebecca. Actually, wouldn't it be funny if there was the summon boat right here? There's not. Darn. Okay. And then do we resupply with troops here? I think that we don't want to. We've already mixed our troop types so much, and with no, let's see, with only the basic leadership, we've got much to do here. Much to do. Might as well purchase the boat. If we want to end up in this castle anyway of Avalon, we're just going to sail rather than do anything else. Wait, did we just walk right by a magic well? Okay. These things do happen. Mistakes do happen. Okay. Green is mostly on the Dimension Door spell icon liths. Red is on Corinthian. Yellow is on the Dimension Door spell liths. Yellow's got 3 heroes all in the same section. Yellow has 1 castle. It will not hurt my feelings if we find this yellow castle. 1, 2, and 3. Alamar. How could you? Friend. No. We had a deal. We had a deal. Is it that important to get that summon boat? I think so. Let me do this first, though. We will pick up Rebecca. And we're going to pick up... Let's see. Let me just move some troops down for a second so I got some room here. I'll just get a hit by all. And then just take the troops I actually want. At this point, I actually think if I upgrade the dwarves, even though this is costing me a lot of gold to have done this in the incorrect order of operations, I think it'll be fine to just do things this way. Trade over the troops. I guess we keep the battle dwarves here, actually. Yeah. Okay. Battle dwarves stay. That's that. I lied. Okay. So Rebecca will stay. And I will consider what to do with her later. If her whole job is just to sit here and hold down the fort, that's okay. In the same way that Natasha is just holding down the fort. Being a mighty fine deterrent. So, the enemy did not actually take the Castle of Troy. You've got 9 giants? You've got 16 giants? That's great. I am not even mad. Oh my word. Huh. There is some strength amongst these enemies here. Stone Skin is going to be probably the best choice for me. I'm going to go up and defeat these Magi before I do anything else. Let's Stone Skin the ghosts. And let's try and start working on these giants, because that's a lot of giants. That is 4 ghosts down at a time. That's not too bad. I think that we can handle that. We can kill all 15 Magi. We can kill all... We can't even kill all the rocks. Let's take out the Magi completely. Let's do that. Kill most of the rocks here. We're going to lose a lot. 26 ghosts go down. 26. We may just fight this fight, and then at the very last moment... Well, I don't want to say the very last moment. We may run very soon, because there's no way we can defeat these 16 giants. That's just too tough. Just too tough. I don't have any spells I can use. 5 attack, 6 defense. Mandagal is outclassed. in a very big way, and his 40 points of damage with his fireball is not really going to help. So we're going to probably get our troop sizes down a little bit. We cannot surrender yet. So yeah, we're going to let the ghosts do as much damage as they can. Disrupting Ray. We've got Disrupting Ray. Hold on. What about this? Okay. We've got 2 Disrupting Rays. You're down to 13 defense. We're going to let the ghosts deal with your rocks. Grand Elves are going to continue to shoot. We're going to continue to Disrupting Ray. You are now down to 10 defense. We've basically eliminated your defense bonus. And you have no more spell points. Okay. And 4 speed versus 6 speed. My elves can actually outrun you. And I'm going to let them. Do I attack now? 4 to 6. I'm just gonna run around in circles for a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna run in circles. Morale? Great morale. Yeah, great morale. So you gotta play the odds and expect to get hit once. You know what? And I actually made a mistake. It had 4 spell power. Oh wait, I've got 1 more stone skin. I do have 1 more stone skin. Okay, I was worried that I accidentally just let my stone skin expire for no good reason. This is about as good of a fight as I can get. You're down 6 defense. That's actually a big deal. That's a big deal, actually. 15 down to 11. 179 down to 158. I've got 140 of my ghosts. There's 6 giants left. We're going to win this fight because we're going to take down to 2 with 141 ghosts remaining. We do walk away from this fight victorious. Whew. All right. Gotta look for those utility spells. In the most recent video that we did with Steeson discussing the spells, it was noted. People said, hey, wait a second, we're missing some spells. Yep, we were missing Bless, we were missing Curse, we were missing Disrupting Ray. We're missing some very good spells. And the reason is that those spells have more persistent effects. Basically, we did all of the spells that will be one-time use and then they're done. For example, a lightning bolt doesn't really have any residual effects. You cast the lightning bolt, it does its damage, and then it's done. However, a curse, a bless, those can stay around as long as you have spell power to keep them on the battlefield. So Disrupting Ray was one of those spells that we did not talk about, but I'm excited to talk about it because it's actually one of the best spells ever. And I didn't understand back in the day why the Heroes of Might and Magic 2 Gold would use the Disrupting Ray all the time, but they did. Why was that? Because it's just that good of a spell. That was essentially that was getting us from, let's see. That made sure that we were doing 30% more damage. Those 2 Disrupting Rays, we were doing 30% more damage. Wow. A big deal? That's a big deal. Big, big deal. Okay, we are going to go and get that summon boat. Yeah, that seems like the very best thing I can do right now. Luna has her troops, and so she is going to sail forth. And I'm just looking at the mini-map right now. We talked about yellow, and I'm looking for other castles I can find. Sometimes in the darkness, perhaps. Is there a castle up here? There's a castle right there we need to get to. There's a castle right here we need to get to, and we are getting there. Looks like Vitania is going to get there very soon. Yeah, so we're going to head in this general direction, but we are going to sail. I'm going to try and take out Yellow's castle because we are actually doing pretty well. Oh, Pig's Eye. Pig's Eye, there's a castle right here. I walked right by it. I sailed right by it a couple of times at least. Okay, the enemy has made some major efforts to try and fix this problem. Before it was just boars, now it's going to be something a little bit better. We're still looking for Sarakin, Sandro, Aerie, Jaclyn, and Croto. But I think that we're the big dog right now. Several. Yeah, we can beat several. No. Hold on. Several? Several. Several might be too many. Yeah, several might be too many for this stack of ghosts. 134 and no spells. But we do have 8 attack and 5 defense. Eight attack, 5 defense. I think we're going to do this. That's the problem with ghosts, is that I can't tell if I'm strong or not. We're just going to watch the fight play out. I think you probably just focus the giants first. That's what I would do anyway. I would focus the giants first. Let's just see what happens. Nope, they go for the Magi. And this is actually interesting because I think, yeah, the giants are not going to get to attack our big stack yet. They're going to have to wait for the next round of combat, and by that point, we're going to attack them with 162 ghosts. Oh, and good luck. Oh my goodness. An embarrassment of riches. My word. Okay, well, that's how you lose only 4 ghosts and actually go from 130 in your big stack up to 186. That's embarrassing. Okay. Summon boat. At least we finally have some spells for this poor guy. Aha! Hello, Jezebel. Hello, Jezebel. We are going to hire her immediately. Let's pick a castle or a town that might get attacked. Not here, not here, maybe there. Ooh, no, this one. Yep. We're going to make sure that we trade, and we're going to hire Jezebel right now. Hold on. Oh, I've got too many heroes? Why can't I hire a hero? Oh, I can. Don't ask me where my mistake was there. I wasn't sure. For some reason, I thought I couldn't hire a hero. I sure can, though. Okay. Sandro is their toughest hero, but I literally have 500 ghosts. Sounds good. Thanks for playing. And then we just need to hold on to what we have while still doing damage where we can. There's going to be so many little towns that we're going to have to chase enemies down to. But we're soaking up a lot of space here. We're soaking up a lot of space here. And I think that we can actually pretty well see the enemy for the most part. Gem is going to stay here overnight. She needs to stay. We're going to land here. We need to take every single opportunity we can. And this is definitely one of them. Ergon with all of his ghosts. Goodness gracious. We're going to send him on. It wouldn't be a bad idea to leave a couple of them behind, a couple of the ghosts, because they're going to do just fine whether we're here or not. And still, we're going to take them on the road. It's not even worth it to me to look to see where the enemies are. Like saying, oh, this enemy is near these liths. If I run into them, great. If I don't, okay. I'll keep track when it's their turn about whether or not they are near the right type of lith. Orange barrier, still. Actually, does he have summon boat? He does not. That would have been embarrassing if he had summon boat and I just wasn't using it for him. Although I will say that if you're looking for precise gameplay at this point, that's not what you're getting from me. And that's because I don't think that attention to detail is very important at this moment. I don't think that the little teeny tiny decisions that we could labor over are going to matter. We are trying to free up as much of our brain power as possible just so we can keep the big picture. Because the big picture is going to ultimately win us the game at this point, I believe. I do believe. The minutia will come in some of these final fights, but not yet. It wouldn't actually hurt my feelings if Ergon ran into another hero that maybe doesn't have, as many heroes. Oh, buddy. How can they go by, but I can't? Oh, because you're blocking the way. Never mind. I about felt sad, and now I don't. I really thought there was a problem there for a second. Once again, 500 ghosts. I will lose any amount of ghosts. Does not hurt my feelings. And I'm waiting. Eventually, we're going to see this enemy has been defeated, and this might be it. Nope, orange is still out there somewhere. This lith leads to here. I think we should actually hop into the boat. I am going to leave a couple of ghosts. I don't think I need to leave 176, though. 80 should be plenty. That should be a huge deterrent. It is going to cost me 1 turn as far as getting in and out of the boat. That's going to be okay. Not a problem. Tell you what, the best decision I ever made, I think, was not sweating the small stuff and deciding that it was perfectly fine to step into the lith and not go exactly where I wanted to. Because then it's just better for everybody. Then the game moves along. The second I realized, oh my goodness, it was a 1.5 hour video for 7 days, for 7 turns, I realized that there was a mistake. That can't be correct. Not for me, not for you. That's just unhealthy. We're going to pop back into the boat, although I'm not sure where my next goal is. And the reason is because we have landed on this yellow castle. This is going to be a very important turn just to watch the enemy. So I'm going to shoutcast this. I'm going to try and keep track of everybody. Let's see how this goes. There's green in the Dimension Door liths. There's a green Necromancer Castle to the bottom right. There's 1 hero on the boat, 2 heroes in the boat. Yellow and green are not fighting. There's 1 hero to the bottom left. There is orange on the boat, so there's 2 heroes on the boat, and then purple. Okay, but the big thing that I picked up here was this. Ha, you. I guess I already knew that. Hold on, Gem, where are you going? You're going right there. That's where you're going. Several? I think Gem's actually going to be able to go back here, have another hero, pull some troops out for her because it's day 5. And then with those troops, we should be able to land and defeat this hero. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. 1 more week's worth of growth should do it. Luna's into the boat. Ergon, he's got to fight Falagar. Enemy has fled. And now, yes, we can get right by. And Sandro is Yellow's toughest, quote-unquote, hero. Tanya is going to get into the boat. I haven't seen any reason to think that that's a bad idea. And I actually need to get heroes with armies into the Dimension Door looking liths because there's lots of tough heroes, or at least heroes in general, that look like that's where they are laying their head at night. That's where they are going through. And for that reason, I'm actually going to hop into this boat. So I think I need to get Mandigal right over here. And that's going to help me go in the right direction. Once again, Alamar, how could you? Everything else is staying put. Okay. Dimension Door lith. 3, 4. Okay, again. They're all on that one type of lith. There's nobody on any other type of lith. We didn't see a single hero go through a lith that wasn't this type. They're all connected to here. Now, somebody landed here. Roxana. And did you see that? He walked right by. I've been here. I'll bet you it was the nomads. There was nomads there. Yep, there was nomads there. And that got me. Darn. Okay. Well, we're going to get our 141 ghosts there. I'm going to have Vitania go as quick as she can to this type of stone lith. Where's the closest? I do not see it. Right here is actually the closest. Because I think Vitania is actually my toughest hero right now. Army-wise and all this other stuff. Hey, wait a second. We're gonna stop right here so Dimitri cannot come back through that lith. He is now stuck. And that serves him right. We're going to defeat Sandro, and we should defeat Yellow here. This should be Yellow defeated. No, still, really? All right. Croto. He's tough, and he's got the Paladins, which They do... Actually, no, it's Crusaders that do double damage to the undead. I'm going to sit right here. No, I'm going to let him by. I'm going to let him by. He will take the town, and then I will defeat him in the town. Just so that way he doesn't run through those liths. I can't catch him right now anyway. I do need to get rid of one hero. It is going to be Rebecca, unfortunately, that gets dismissed. She needs to take one step out. And then Gem needs someone to ferry a couple of troops right to her. It might as well be Troyan. Should I wait for one more week? Actually, I think not. I think the Atlas is probably going to go through these liths. And by the time that he's gone, it'll be too late. He won't be able to come back and trade. I don't know who I'm going to want except for peasants. I know I'm not going to want peasants. Let's put everybody over there. Let's see. Yes. Okay. These troops. I think that's actually the best. Oh gosh. I think that is actually the best. So for now, this is going to be what Gem sails back with. Does she land? No. Several bone dragons. Where? Okay. I could take those liths back home. Who knows how long it's going to take, though. It could take a while. So we're just going to sit right here, and we'll see what green does. Does he recognize that I am close to landing or not? Okay, this is tactical. These guys are just hanging out. Let's see where the enemy is one more time. So green goes through those liths. 3 green heroes, maybe 4. It looks like they're about to pick up one town there. Red through those liths. Okay. Okay. And so I immediately see the need to defend here. Oh no, there's nobody to defend. But it is only Alamar. It's only Alamar. Darn, and it's day 7. 25 halflings for sure. We've got left turret, right turret. We've got a captain. We've got to park a hero here. I think that we let Natasha go. All these dragons, and we're not going to do anything with them. Yeah, we're going to have Natasha take one step out. And we're going to move heroes to where they are most useful. Advanced wisdom, basic wisdom. It'll come down to spell power and knowledge. Do you want 2 and 2 or 3 and 2? I think we'll take 3 and 2, even knowing that there's some troops here. Would the 6-speed creatures matter in this fight? They might. The 1 defense. Okay, we're going to take Halon. And mostly it's going to be because of his troops. And we're even going to get an additional level of Mage Guild, just so he has some additional support. Cold Ring, that might be something that could turn the tide of battle. It really could be. Otherwise, he is on his own. Let's split up troops. 2 stacks of the boars, a double stack, and a single stack, just like that. We'll see how well he can hold on. Okay. The enemy went through these liths. Well, that says to me that we're going to land, and we're going to attack. Okay, Dimitri's so dead. The enemy has surrendered. There goes one more green castle, one more green hero. And remember, these are the big liths. These are the ones where enemies are currently traveling through a lot. Oh, Croto left. He did not try and press his luck. Pretty sad about that. Okay. Is that orange? No, that's gold. If that was the orange tent, I would have been a little bit happy. We did lose this town to Aerie, but we're going to immediately win this back. And is now yellow defeated? We still have all enemies on the map. My word. 141 ghosts against Jaclyn. We've got the spells. We've got 10 spell points. We've got the stone skin then. We've got 1 stone skin, 1 disrupting ray. She's got bone dragons. Yeah, 141. Absolutely. No problems. We're even going to just cast stone skin and then run. Or then hit Q for combat. Let's do that. And then I'm just going to attack just because I want to see if they dispel. They do not. They slow. Interesting. Okay. Just to help this go better then. Do we have a haste? No, we don't. Let's cast our one Disrupting Ray here. Somehow I got roped into fighting this fight. Don't ask me how. Oh, great. And now you're going to dispel. Thank you. I'm for it. All for it. 2 ghosts. Seems like a fair trade. All of your army for 2 ghosts. Good. Good. We're going to wait and see how this goes here. Okay. Okay. Okay, 1 green hero on the Corinthian-style pillars. Yellow runs. And actually, that's bad for yellow. Because Halon, if you can reach, if you could have reached, Alamar would have been so dead. In fact, I think I do pursue. I get the upgraded Cloud Castle, and I pursue. I'll purchase everybody here. And then move down. Leaving the Iron Golems. And in fact, we're going to leave the Halflings too. They're just not as important in the grand scheme of things. And so then this way, the slowest creature I have in my army will be the 4-speed creatures. He's probably going to make it here. But again, these Titans can probably do pretty good for themselves. Yeah, 1 enemy on the Corinthian style pillars. Am I actually wrong in that? I've said that so many times that I think I've just assumed that I'm correct. Is there a different way of designating this type of pillar? This type of stone lith? I don't actually know the answer. So we're going to wait and find out. I'll probably Google it in a second. 13 spell power. Lady. Lady, you can do this. I believe in you. Even the Mass Curse would be tremendous. Paladins are not immune to Mass Curse. Because I just want to take out a whole ton of these Rangers, I'm wondering if we do it like this. Is there a better spell? You're going to kill 13 of these Rangers versus the Mass Curse. I think that killing 13 Rangers is better than making sure that they do minimum damage. Not to mention you get the other damage off on these other heroes. The Orcs, I don't want to take damage from them. I can kill 1 to 3 now. How am I gonna lose this battle? It doesn't make sense. I do know that my sprites are going to go before their Orcs, so we're just going to go right here. That's what we're going to do. Focus on the rest of these Rangers. And then their highest value troop. Are you just going to blind me to death? You're going to blind lock me and then win that way? That is possible. That's actually not a terrible strategy. I don't think that I'm going to allow you to do that, though. Did you think I was going to allow you to do that? Hypnotize. I could even hypnotize their paladins if I wanted to. It seems like a waste not to hypnotize because we use it so infrequently. But I'm going to. I'm going to actually see if I can bait out 1 more blind. That's what I'm really going to do. We're going to kill 1 to 2 here. We're going to hope that they try and do something funky. There's a blind. And I was going to do the Mass Dispel, but then they broke the blind on the unicorns anyway. So now we're just going to do a Dispel of some kind. We don't have a Cure. We don't have a regular Dispel. Is it worth 12 spell points to get the Phoenixes unblinded? I think that you've got 1 more blind, so I don't think so. I think I'm going to wait, actually. I'm going to do the Mass Curse. If I'd known they were going to do the blind on me, I probably would have just Mass Cursed right off the bat. Oh, it only lasts for 2 turns anyway. Whatever. How did I lose this fight? How did the AI say I was going to lose this fight? It doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, it makes no sense to me. I'm sure it makes lots of sense to someone. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because there wasn't enough spell power or knowledge to do the blind lock. Okay. I think we can do this. And it's day 1, so I think we should. Before the enemy gets big and strong, I think we should do this. So we're going to do that in just a second. Let's see what Vitania can find before we do much else. I think I got to check these boats every now and again just to make sure that nobody popped in while I wasn't looking. Okay, here we go. Stay. I don't think that there's somebody right there in the very bottom of that unexplored territory. And I think that we've cleaned out most of the heroes that were on these types of liths. It might not be a bad idea to send another hero elsewhere. Elsewhere. Yeah, I'm going to send Mandigal on the boat, and Luna can do something else very soon. All right, we definitely want to defeat Burlock right now, because it's free. And let's see, nothing fun in here. At this point, I need the troops more than I need the good morale. Wow, look how good this morale is. Good thing we got the basic leadership to counteract the troops of 4 alignments and the fact that there's some undead in the army. My goodness. And this is supposed to be my cool hero with the ultimate staff. And really, this is so lackluster. Should be so much better off with, I don't know, a billion dragons. We are going to leave, though. All these other troops should be just fine. And again, if something happens, we will, of course, rehire Jem immediately. And in fact, it might just help her fast travel to somewhere better. We should be able to take this fight. And actually, Lakeside. Yep, we should be able to defeat Lakeside now. Okay, Roxana with all these ghosts. That's more than 180 ghosts. Yeah, not a problem. Orange player's been vanquished. We did it. We actually vanquished a player. Yes. Yes. That only took that long. But really, we're doing fine. I think that just in time for this map to be over, we're going to realize, like, oh man, it's over. It's just going to happen very suddenly. It's going to come to a very abrupt, a very sudden stop, and we're going to be a little bit sad. Maybe we can win this fight with Mandigal. 10 more giants. Where are you getting these giants from? Imagine if they were Titans. We've got no spell points. It's Sarikhan the Wizard. This is their guy. So we will do the very best we can. Let's clean up the fight, actually. Let's try and make sure he doesn't run for future fights. 5, 7 ghosts go down. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that we can kill... We probably should have left these halflings for us to attack. We'll kill 21 halflings. Giants can't reach. We kill a lot of the rocks. Now we focus on these magi. Okay. And I think that you've got to go for the big bad titans first. 8 to 12 or 1 to 2. Actually, you know what? You can still get some more. You can still get some more ghosts. Yep, one more turn worth of ghosts building before anything else is done. Oh yeah, this actually might be a win. And it's just a matter of prioritizing the correct groups. 1 to 2. We're going to have to see how much damage we take on the retaliation here. 14 ghosts at a time, so 28. Okay, I don't think we can do that. But even if I just eliminate all these other troops for later, that'll be fine. That's 4 ghosts at a time, 5 ghosts at a time. It's not worth it to back off. Oh, he's got no more spell points. I think it actually is worth it to back off. Good morale, so there's a good chance at morale. It's only 12 Grand Elves at a time. Let's skip one more time. Risking the good morale from the enemy and try and let the Grand Elves get some shots off. I think that now we attack. 12 hit points left. We can kill 2. Let's kill 2, and then this has not been time wasted because the Golems are a little bit too far away to really help right now. 74 left. Let's run down. Let's run across the battlefield, make them split. That feels pretty good. Okay, and with a little bit of, dare I say, clever positioning, we will be able to unload damage slowly but surely. Maybe even getting good morale here. No, still not. Down to 2 titans, 2 giants. When they get good morale, I'm going to take a little bit of a hit, but until then, 110 hit points. That's another, down to 68. That was another about 40, 80. 18 damage. You are out of shots. Wow, those Grand Elves actually did come in clutch. We can kill 1 to 2 here. We kill 1. We're going to kill 1 more right here, and then the enemy does run. So we turn another loss into a victory. My word. Okay. That went pretty well. Don't you agree? I gotta catch her here, and I can. I do not want Charity to get into Lakeside and to pick up all these other troops. I definitely can win, and with a couple of spells, I think I do even better. Because I think I've picked up a couple of damaging spells. Yeah, so Lightning Bolt, 275 points of damage. That's going to be my best bet. More than any other spell. Bless, Mass Bless. With my terrible morale, you can't even guarantee any of this damage. The only creature that I can rely on are these bone dragons. And that's not saying much. Liches, let's see, they slow here. Might as well get the damage off. This will kill one bone dragon here. Skeletons are actually going to do a little bit of damage. I think that we actually need to focus on them. Kill 33, 260. Let's see what we can get. 46, we'll kill the rest next time. I don't think that's a terrible decision to crowd the liches, except I'm just gonna lightning bolt you to death. Did I kill 7? No, that's less than 200 points of hit points there, and I'm doing 275 points of damage with my lightning bolts. That's gonna make sure that I can kill one more bone dragon and the liches here with this double hex attack. Yeah, and now we kill the vampires. Make sure that we can get full access to these liches anytime that we want. Phoenixes are in the battle, but they're slowed. And still we cast spells. And I think that this is... Maybe we did better. Maybe we did worse. I don't know. One bone dragon, one phoenix. We did do better. Several pack. Several. We've got enough creatures that we can actually take this fight. We definitely have enough spell points. We're going to split all of our troops. Oh no, we lost. I disagree. 8? Never mind. I don't think we can beat 8 bone dragons. That's actually a few too many. Unless the bone dragons and the vampire lords go into a defensive position, which I will let them do. And then if I just lightning bolt from afar, we'll be okay. Let's see what they do. Defend or attack? One more time. Let's see. Defend. Okay. Yeah, we're fine. Because I will take... Let's see. I will take 34 damage from your liches. And then whatever damage you have from the ballistas, in order to do 275 points of damage to you again and again and again and again. Skip. I think, though, and this might be an interesting point, if you do the same tactic 3 times in a row, will the enemy change up their tactics? And I think the answer actually is yes. From 5 down to 3 bone dragons. Are we going to see the bone dragons and the vampire lords come for us now? No, I guess not. I really thought that we would see them sally forth, and I suppose not. They are purely defensive at this point. That doesn't hurt my feelings at all. We've taken half damage on this red dragon. Everything else is just fine. And your power stack of bone dragons is now obliterated. And now I'm even going to move on to the vampire lords before I do anything else. One more lightning bolt to the vampire lords, and then we will allow you to watch your liches get lightning bolted as well. It's a bit sad, isn't it? It's a bit sad, isn't it? Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't make the rules. I just play the game as best as I can. So, might as well start to carry forth with our phoenixes. One more lightning bolt. And now the AI is saying, wait a second, I thought I was supposed to dominate this fight. I'm like, yeah, you were. And then there was some poor choices. So, 2,700 experience, advanced leadership. Now we're only at -1 morale. Huh, that's great. I'm just fine for that. Once again, probably thinking about taking some of these undead troops. Then again, maybe not. We're going to stay here overnight, though. Make sure we replenish all of our spell points. And we are picking up the pace. We are moving at rapid speed. Oh, Vitania, hello. Let's do this, actually. Let's put all the ghosts into one stack and give 300 here, 300 there. And forgive me, but I am going to just hit spacebar to avoid the traffic jam that is right there. I'm going to have Vitania go now, though, so she can carry on. Aha. Alamar goes down. Yellow player has been vanquished. Orange has been vanquished. Yellow has been vanquished. 2 down and a couple to go. Let's see. Nobody here. And nobody here. I think that we mentioned that there are some heroes on the... Again, I'm not sure if they are really Corinthian, but that style of lith. We will find that out very soon. And in fact, for that reason, we will get Ergon into the boat just so we can deal with somebody. That is what Mandagal was doing until he got so very rudely interrupted and nearly killed. Okay, and let's just end turn. So one more. One on the Corinthian, one on that one. Purple player's been vanquished. I think purple might have just sat there for too long. Purple might have been vanquished because they didn't have a castle. Yeah, I think that they were actually sitting on... Hold on. They were right here. It was Dawn. Dawn was right here for 1 week, and she never was able to sally forth. That's so sad. Purple gone. Orange gone. Yellow gone. Red? Red might be gone and we just don't know it. I think it's just green. I think it's just green. I think that there's one on the Corinthian style and one on this style. So there's plenty of heroes there. Let's have Ergon go here and let's just track this guy down. Oh, and we got Gem here to back this up. Yeah, we'll find him. We will find him. Or her. Red's right there. I think Maximus is their last hero, and I think that very shortly they're going to end up defeated too. Aha, here's green. There's Croto. With 300 ghosts, I'll lose 4 phoenixes. Croto is still around, or not Croto is still around, but green is still around. But there's one. So the next one should actually be on the other style of Lith. Just in case, I'm going to have Vitanya hang out for one more second. Everybody else is going to wait. Let's just see who we got. Yeah, it's just you. And I don't think you've got another town. Maybe there's one in here? No, I don't think so. Where were you? It doesn't matter. Just find the right type of Lith and you're going to be okay. And just keep trying it. And maybe I can beat them and maybe I can't. I don't know. But we're not going to know until we get there. So maybe it'll be Gem that finds them and maybe it won't. She's got the spell power, but she doesn't have the ghosts. Wow, we found somebody that hasn't been defeated yet. Okay. And so Gem's just going to hang out now. She's done. She's tired. We're going to let her be done and tired. Back into the boat here. And then, yeah, with all these ghosts, this is it. Okay, forgive me. We're just going to hit spacebar now. And so this map has officially drawn to a close. It's been incredibly fun. There may still be one more town that I need to go find. But for the most part, I think that it's completed. We're seeing no major activity, no major movement from the AI. And we're just trying to track down this one green hero. There he is. It is Atlas. And he looks angry. He looks tough. But he does not look tougher than Ergon, especially with his 8 and 7. We are just as ferocious a barbarian as Atlas is. The enemy has fled. I assume that that means that they have a castle to flee to. That means that they do. They've got to have a castle somewhere else. So the chase is on. There's still more to do. Let's take a look at every single part of the map. Let's see. That's not going to be helpful. So let's go just a little bit faster. I see blue. I see blue. On the adventure map, I don't actually see any green castles. That makes me think that there's green in a section that is mostly not revealed. And the problem is I'm moving so fast that I might have just gone right over it. And it may be that there is a green hero somewhere who is stuck. There could be somebody right there. Let's have a Tanya get closer to that kind of bottom right ninth. It's not a quadrant, it's a ninth. Have her sail. Everybody else is just going to stay put. Let's just see if anything else pops up. It does not. Titania continues to explore. No, there's a town, but it's not occupied. Red's only hero is Maximus. Is there a green town here? No, that's neutral. Neutral. And there's nowhere else that a town could be hiding, I don't think. Here, we've already explored here. We've already explored there. Yeah, green has to have just one hero somewhere out on the map. I think that we just hit end turn a couple of times. And red should be gone. Green's gone now. So green player has been vanquished. They had one single hero that we just chose not to track down because we just couldn't find him. And then I'm expecting red to be gone very soon. Hold on. Does red have any other towns? I don't think so. And yet red should have gone before green, and I guess not. Okay, major event, red player's been vanquished. It took a little bit of time to track down everybody, but we eventually got there. And the best thing that we did was just keep track of where the liths were, and when we watched the enemy heroes' turns, which liths they were in. So that helped us narrow down our search and focus in on them. And they did actually help us out a lot because they fought each other. So that was terrific. Folks, what a fun playthrough. Surf and turf again, because of the existence of those barrow mounds, I would not recommend that you play this for, you know, a fun party game. You're going to get some hurt feelings for whoever doesn't get there first. Although we did use those ghosts to great effect, and in fact that did end up saving us a lot of time. I know that this scenario went much longer than these playthroughs for FHeroes2 are supposed to go. They're supposed to go for about 1 hour, but I figured that 3 parts for one scenario is plenty. And so I am planning next on doing a small or a medium-sized map. I think that those are going to be really, really fun to just kind of really get into some intense tactical decisions. Here it felt like there was some broad strategies that really were the difference between our success and potentially our defeat. I think that there was many avenues that you could possibly go to specifically defeat this scenario, but the strategies that we used most were things like utilizing the value of the sorceresses. That was choice number 1. We chose to be the sorceresses because of the navigation bonus. Good decision, bad decision? I think it was a good decision. That was part of our strategy. Part of our strategy was focusing in on getting that ultimate artifact. Even though we didn't get all the obelisks, we did dig, and that took us some considerable amount of time. And then we did focus on getting our phoenixes fairly early. In fact, other than a whole ton of giants and some cyclopes, we didn't see any other tier 6 creatures. We did see some bone dragons. But I don't think we saw the enemies use green dragons ever. And I don't think that we ever saw... We did see paladins, but no crusaders. Point being is that our phoenixes and getting them when we did actually was pretty darn useful. So those overarching strategies work on a large map because getting in the general direction is going to get you to your eventual goal quicker. On small and medium-sized maps, you do have to be a little bit more focused, and it's more intentional, and your choices mean a lot more, I think, on those small maps because you're trying to eke out every tiny advantage that you possibly can. So we are going to do a small and a medium-sized map next time. With that being said, that was a lot of fun, and I am grateful for the folks that have spent the time to be here. So we got a score of 251. That is going to be Black Dragon rating. Took us 73 days. Of course, the last 7 days were just hitting spacebar, and still, that was a whole bunch of time spent. Still, it took us 2 hours, one and a half hours to do one single week of all that. Never again. Folks, my name is FixFox. Look after you, look after your family, look after your friends, because if you don't, who will? Until I see you next time, take very good care of yourself, and I'll see you for the next one.